In this video, we're going to talk about 5 middleman business hacks that you can start for $1,000 or less coming up. What's up, everybody? It's Jamel Gibbs. Welcome to another video. Now, I know this channel is based primarily on real estate investing. That's my bread and butter. That's where I make most of my money in real estate. And previously, I did a video on how I make multiple streams of income from different facets of the real estate investing business. If you haven't had a chance to watch that video, be sure to check it out right there. Now, in addition to that, what I want to share with you today are some business hacks that you can start if you have $1,000 or less right now. So let's go ahead and jump right in. The first strategy I want to talk to you about is pretty obvious, right? This is a real estate investing channel. The first strategy that I want to share with you is wholesaling real estate. This is a really easy way to tap into the real estate investing business, build up your capital to be able to use that capital to be able to create other streams of income for yourself. So when it comes to wholesaling real estate, if you want to learn everything there is to know about it, I have a playlist for that, and I'm going to link it right up at the top for you. So be sure to check that out. But when it comes to wholesaling, you don't need more than $1,000 to be able to really make things happen. In fact, you could get started with just your time and effort. If you get into a car, you drive around a neighborhood, all you really need is some gas money to be able to find discounted real estate in order to be able to create a profit for yourself. Just to give you a general idea of what wholesaling is, it's basically the act of purchasing a property or contracting a property at a discounted price with the intent of selling it for a profit later on. Okay, now you can purchase this property by doing what's called an assignment of contract, or you can double close, meaning you're going to take ownership of the property and then go ahead and sell the property once you take the ownership immediately for a profit. So that's the act of wholesaling real estate in a nutshell. Obviously, there's more nuances to wholesaling real estate, but that's just to give you a general idea of how it works. And yes, like I mentioned, you could get started wholesaling real estate for less than $1,000. If you had $1,000, you can really hit the ground running and really be able to find leads as quickly as possible. And that's the name of the game when it comes to wholesaling. The second hack that you can start if you had $1,000 or less still involved in a real estate investing business would be lease option investing. Now, this is an arbitrage method when it comes to real estate investing. Why do we call it an arbitrage method? It's because you're taking control of someone else's property where they still own the property, but you're controlling the property. And then what you're going to do is go ahead and make a profit on the other end on that person's property. So you can negotiate something to where you're taking over their payments, or you're making their monthly payments for them, or you can even cut them in on the profits so that they can be happy as well. The object is to create a win-win situation when it comes to lease options. If you want an idea of how lease options work, make sure you check out the link right up above in order to get some more information on that. When it comes to lease options, all you're doing is negotiating a future purchase price with a motivated seller. You're going to negotiate a monthly payment with the motivated seller, and you're going to negotiate a term with the motivated seller. So for example, let's just say you have a seller who wants $100,000 for their property. You can offer $100,000 as long as you can come to terms on a monthly payment that makes sense for you to be able to turn around and make a profit on the other end. And then you can negotiate an extended amount of time to be able to exercise your option on the property. And that's how you're going to make money. So on the flip side, when you're selling the property to a tenant buyer, you're going to negotiate an even higher price. You're going to mark that price up, and you're going to negotiate a higher monthly payment than you have with the motivated seller. And then you're going to negotiate a shorter amount of time for your tenant buyer to be able to close. So if they don't close, you have more time to be able to resell that property to someone else. Again, lease options is an arbitrage method when it comes to real estate investing that you can literally start even if you only had $10 in your pockets right now. With the third strategy that you can start with $1,000 or less when it comes to business hacking and creating some type of middleman income is short-term rentals. And this is a fantastic space for arbitraging. Same way you would with leasing with an option to purchase. You're gonna approach the seller and you can offer the seller, again, a lease with an option to purchase, or you can offer the seller some type of partnership with you in your short-term rental space business to be able to create some type of capital. The good thing about this is you can alleviate the seller from any landlord responsibilities or anything like that, while still creating a profit for yourself and still controlling that property to be able to create that profit. You can make the seller happy by offering them a profit split. You can then go ahead and make yourself happy, make your bank account happy by creating this short-term rental space profits for your real estate investing business while not taking ownership of the property at all. And you can do all of this for $1,000 or less. As you know, the short-term rental space is super hot right now. The reason why it's so hot is because people are creating massive monthly profits rather than going the traditional route and renting to a long-term tenant. Long-term tenants, you can make consistent money as well, but you're not gonna get nearly as much as you would if you were in a short-term rental space. Now, if you want more information on how the short-term rental space actually works, again, I have a video for that up at the top. Be sure to check that out. So for the fourth way to create some type of middleman income, if you had $1,000 or less right now, I'm gonna talk about something that I'm personally just getting started in myself. In fact, this week we bought multiple cars to be able to incorporate this business, and that's the Toro business and the hire car business. Primarily Toro is where we're creating this type of profit. So this week we bought 2 new cars to be able to create some type of passive income using the Toro strategy. In fact, we were qualified for 4 cars, but we only picked up 2 of them. And maybe I'll create another video on how that strategy actually works. If you guys want to see that video, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below. But the good thing about the Toro business is if you have a decent credit score, it doesn't even have to be perfect, right? You could have as low as a 500 credit score and get a car that's decent enough for you to put on the market. And you don't have to come out of your pockets with any money, right? So if your credit is halfway decent and you didn't have any money whatsoever, you can still walk out of a dealership with a car. So at the end of the day, what I recommend you do, rather than taking that car on as a liability and driving that car around, what I recommend you do is go ahead and start up a Toro business. And even if you rented that car for 2 weeks out of the month, that car will pay for itself, put some money in your pockets, and then the rest of the month, the other 2 weeks, you get to drive around in that car for free. You can turn a liability, which is a car, into an asset that's creating passive cash flow for yourself. Now, this is something I'm not gonna claim to be an expert in. I'm literally just getting started with this myself, and I went in fairly aggressively. I bought 2 cars. I was qualified for 4, but I bought 2 cars, and I decided that I'm gonna go ahead and hit the ground running with that. And if the 2 cars does what I want them to do, meaning create a passive income for myself, then I'm gonna go ahead and purchase some more cars as well. Now, the 5th way that you can create middleman income for yourself while having $1,000 or less is by using a strategy that I started up back in 2017, and I've since then passed on to my kids. It's called drop shipping, right? So you have sites like Amazon, AliExpress, Walmart.com, where you can get wholesale pricing on different products, hot products that people actually want to buy. You can mark it up and then go ahead and sell it on your own personal website. And you can use a site like Shopify.com, for example, to be able to create your own site for a small monthly fee. I made a lot of money over the last couple of years doing drop shipping. I don't do it as much anymore today. But more recently, I started selling my own products again on this particular YouTube page. In fact, if you look below this video, you're gonna see a line of different t-shirts, kind of like the one I'm wearing right here. This one says, I'm the real estate investor deal pro, right? So you can get this shirt right below this video if you want to check it out. Now, I'm not necessarily going out and shipping these particular t-shirts to you. There's a company that does it for me once you place the order. That's called drop shipping. Now, as I've mentioned in the beginning of this video, I wanted to drop 5 ways that you can make middleman income with $1,000 or less. But I also wanted to throw in a bonus for you. And this is one that I've been doing for a couple of years now, and that's purchasing exotic watches. This one is a Rolex that I purchased. Now, this is my everyday watch, but you can purchase these watches at a discount and be able to sell them at a profit. Now, for full disclosure, you're gonna need more than $1,000 to be able to do this. I recommend you start off a business like this with somewhere in the neighborhood of $3,000 to $5,000. But once you build up your capital from the other methods that we were talking about, this is a great way to create a 6-figure income for yourself. Yes, you can create a 6-figure income for yourself flipping watches, all right? And you have to know what to look for. There's a lot of nuances to it, so I recommend you learn the game. If you wanna learn the game, leave a comment in the comment section. I'll be happy to talk about how I do that on another video, and maybe I'll do a series on how to flip watches and make a profit doing that. But as you guys can see, I'm an entrepreneur. Yes, I'm primarily a real estate investor, but I'm an entrepreneur all day long. I find different ways to make a lot of money doing a lot of different things that I truly enjoy doing. You can do the same exact thing while minimizing your workload and maximizing your profits. That's exactly what I do. I work very little, but I make a whole lot on the other end because I'm creating middleman income, and I have other people doing a lot of the work. 99% of the work is being done by someone else so that I can live the lifestyle that I want to live and not have to be a slave to any of my businesses. So that's how I'm able to create YouTube content like this. That's how I'm able to go on vacation when I want. That's how I'm able to do what I want with my life. And I've been doing it, living a semi-retired life since I was 30 years old. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click the notification bell. Also leave a comment. Let me know what you guys thought about this video. If you want to see more content like this, I'm trying to mix it up for you. I know that real estate investing is definitely what this channel is about, but there's a lot of other ways to make money outside of real estate investing where you don't have to put in as much effort as well. So if you guys want me to continue to talk about some of the things that I'm personally doing, I can show you behind the scenes on that stuff, just like I do with real estate as well. I can show you the numbers. I'm really out here doing this. This is what I do. I don't just talk about it, I do it. If you guys want to see more content like this, let me know. I'll be happy to share with you, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.